father's love for his son is the strongest in the world. Even when he makes mistakes, a father will always be proud of his children and support them through thick and thin. However, not all fathers are the same. Some fathers are so harsh that they treat their children like servants. They push their children to the point where they have no choice but to rebel. And this is exactly what happened in today's story. A man named Alex was forced to say no to his father's wishes for the first time in his life. But little did he know that this small decision would change everything. Alex had an incredible relationship with his dad. They were best friends. They could talk about anything. They could do anything together, and it seemed that nothing could break their bond. That was until Alex became old enough to start working. At the age of 18, he started working at his father's company. He never thought that he would become a businessman like his father one day. He wanted to pursue a career in sports. However, after getting injured, this dream fell apart. So his father offered him a job. Alex didn't want to disappoint him, so he accepted the offer. But from the moment he started working at his father's company, Alex hated every single second of it. He knew that his father hired him only because he was his son. If he wasn't, he wouldn't even get an interview. Alex tried to explain to his dad that he wasn't interested in working at his company, but his father wouldn't listen to any of it. "You will work at my company. There is no if or buts about it." This was the first time that Alex heard such a tone from his father. It made him feel scared. So he decided to obey his father. As soon as he started working at the company, everyone treated him differently. Some employees looked down on him because he was the boss's son. Others were nice to him, hoping that they would get some favor from him. Alex liked being treated equally. He liked earning his achievements. He hated the fact that people were looking down on him. For a while, he didn't know what to do. He couldn't quit his job because his father would be furious if he found out. So he decided to prove to everyone that he deserved to be there. Over time, Alex managed to gain everyone's respect. He worked hard and accomplished a lot during his first few years at the company. The company grew by leaps and bounds, and its profits increased dramatically. Alex couldn't believe how much progress they were making. However, his father wasn't happy about it. Every time they talked about the company, his father would look upset. So Alex decided to ask him about it one day. "Dad, why don't you seem happy about the company's success?" "I'm happy about it. It's just that I expected more from you. You should have done better." Alex was shocked. He couldn't believe that his father was upset about the company's success. It turned out that Alex's father wanted him to turn the company into a multinational corporation within 5 years. Alex was stunned. It wasn't easy to turn a small company into a successful local business, let alone a multinational corporation. He had worked hard to achieve what they had now. But his father didn't appreciate any of it. All he cared about was money. Alex knew that if he didn't do what his father asked him to, he would be disappointed. But he also knew that he couldn't turn the company into a multinational corporation in just a few years. So he decided to tell his father no. "Dad, I know you want me to turn the company into a multinational corporation, but it's not possible. It takes a lot of time to build a strong foundation. We can't expand before we're ready." "You're wrong, Alex. I don't care if we have to take loans or do shady things. We will expand no matter what. I want to see results in 6 months. If you can't deliver, then you're fired." Alex was shocked. He couldn't believe that his father would do anything to get the results he wanted. But he also knew that he wouldn't back down. So he decided to accept the challenge. He spent the next few months trying to expand the business. He met with investors, took loans, and did everything he could to raise funds. But it wasn't enough. 6 months went by and he still hadn't achieved the results his father wanted. On the day his father was supposed to evaluate his performance, Alex called him into his office. He explained everything to him and told him that he needed more time. But his father didn't listen to any of it. He fired Alex on the spot. After hearing this, Alex felt betrayed. He had worked so hard to make his father proud. But no matter what he did, it wasn't enough. After getting fired, Alex didn't know what to do. He was only 23 years old and he didn't have any other job prospects. He couldn't go back to school because he didn't want to waste any more time. He felt like a failure. He couldn't believe that he had let his father down. But as the days went by, Alex started feeling better. He realized that his father wasn't appreciating any of his efforts. So he decided to move out and start a new life. At first it was really tough. He didn't have any money and he couldn't find a job. But he didn't give up. He kept trying and eventually he got a job at a small company. It didn't pay much, but it was enough for Alex to survive. At the same time, Alex started planning his revenge. He wanted to show his father what he was capable of. He saved up money and started his own business. It wasn't easy. There were times when he doubted himself. But he never gave up. And finally his hard work paid off. Within just a few years his business became a huge success. He had proven to everyone that he didn't need his father's money or connections to succeed. One day Alex decided to visit his father. He wanted to show him what he had accomplished. But when he arrived at his father's house, his father didn't even recognize him. It turned out that his father had lost his eyesight due to an accident. Alex was shocked. He couldn't believe that his father was suffering like this. He had been so focused on his revenge that he had forgotten about his humanity. From that day on, Alex took care of his father. He visited him every day and made sure that he was comfortable. He also hired a nurse to take care of him. Alex didn't tell his father anything about his success. He just wanted to enjoy the moment. He had finally become the man he wanted to be. He didn't need his father's approval to feel good about himself. Meanwhile, Alex's father was very proud of him. Even though he couldn't see, he could feel Alex's love and care. He knew that Alex was the best son in the world. Soon Alex's father passed away. He was surrounded by his family and friends. After his father's funeral, Alex finally decided to tell him about his success. "Dad, I never told you, but I started my own business. It's doing really well and I'm making a lot of money." As soon as he said this, a bright smile appeared on his father's face. "That's great, son. I knew you could do it." Before Alex could say anything, his father's eyes closed and he breathed his last breath. Alex was shocked. He couldn't believe that his father had passed away right after hearing about his success. However, Alex wasn't sad. He knew that his father was proud of him. After his father's death, Alex continued to grow his business. He became one of the most successful businessmen in the world. But no matter how successful he became, he never forgot about his roots. He always remembered the sacrifices his father had made for him. Now, looking back at it, Alex was grateful for everything. He had learned so much from his father. He had learned the importance of hard work, dedication and perseverance. He had also learned that no matter how successful you become, you should never forget your roots. Alex never forgot his father. Even after he became successful, he continued to visit his grave every year on his death anniversary. He knew that his father was watching over him, guiding him and protecting him. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe for more updates. It all started when a man's father left him a huge sum of money. The only catch was that he had to finish his studies in order to get it. So the son promised his father that he would get straight A's or bust. "If you bring home anything less than straight A's, then I'm cutting you off. Understand?" The son wasn't bothered though because he actually enjoyed school. And after 3 years of studying hard, he went to his dad and handed him his report cards. "Okay, show me." The dad looked at the report card and slammed it on the table. "What is this? You were supposed to get straight A's. I specifically said if you don't, then I'm gonna cut you off. So consider this your official notice." "But Dad, I got all A's except for one class." "And which class was that?" Business." His father looked disappointed because he wanted his son to take over his business one day. But then again there was still time. He decided to give his son another chance, but warned him not to screw up again. Meanwhile, the son really liked the business class, so he decided to major in it. Unfortunately, his father passed away unexpectedly, but before that, he managed to transfer most of his wealth into stocks and bonds. And just like that, the young man became rich. He could have just spent his life partying and having fun, but instead he decided to make something out of himself. Every morning he woke up early, hit the gym and studied business. In fact, he ended up getting a degree in economics and finance and graduated top of his class. Not only that, but he also started his own company and was making more money than his father ever did. Of course, his father would have been proud of him if he was alive, but it was too late for that. Still, the son hoped that one day he would be able to forgive him for leaving him with such a horrible childhood. But one day while sorting through his father's things, he found a letter addressed to him. It read, "To my beloved son, by the time you're reading this letter, I'm no longer among the living. Know that even though we weren't the best of fathers and sons, I loved you with all my heart. Don't blame yourself for what happened to me. It was my fault. I used to treat you poorly and never apologized for it, which ultimately led to our fractured relationship. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. As for your future, I know you're capable of great things. All I ask is that you follow your dreams and make me proud. With love from above, Dad." After reading the letter, the son couldn't help but feel sorry for his dad. Although his father made many mistakes, he was still human and was trying to apologize even from beyond the grave. At that moment he knew exactly what he had to do. He called up his mother and told her to meet him at an old family cemetery. When she arrived, she was confused as to why he called her there. "Mom, did you know Dad had a mistress? He actually left me a letter saying that he had someone else and that's why he didn't want me to join the family business. I think he felt guilty about it, so he tried to make it up to me by giving me money, but I don't want that money anymore. Instead, I want his grave to be moved next to yours. I want us to be together as a family." His mother was deeply moved by his compassion. She hugged him and said, "You are such a good boy. Your father would have been so proud of you." Meanwhile, people around town began noticing the new business that was popping up everywhere. At first, they thought it was some kind of a joke but soon realized that it was serious. They were shocked to see the young man become successful without any help. People began talking about how much he owed his father and how he was trying to ruin the family business. However, none of it bothered him. Instead, he continued working hard and expanding his company. One day, one of his employees asked him, "Sir, why do you work so hard? You already have enough money to last several lifetimes." The man replied, "I don't work for the money. I work because I want to prove to everyone that I can make something out of myself. I want to show them that I'm not just some rich kid who's good at nothing." The employee was deeply moved by his words and realized that he was actually a good person underneath that tough exterior. Meanwhile, other people began apologizing to the man for judging him. They admitted that they were wrong and begged for another chance. "I'm sorry I ever doubted you, sir. I never thought you were capable of starting a successful business, but I was wrong. I would love to work for you." "Me too. I've been trying to get in touch with you, but my calls were going straight to voicemail. I'm so sorry I judged you before. Please give me another chance." Although he knew these people were only after his money, he didn't care. He continued helping them and slowly they became a close-knit team. Of course, they weren't all good people, but he didn't mind. He gave them jobs and helped them improve their lives. In fact, he became known throughout the country for his generosity. Some people said he was wasting his money, but others praised him for helping those in need. Meanwhile, the man didn't care what people said. He continued doing his own thing until one day when he became a billionaire. However, he still lived in the same modest house and drove his old car. Most importantly, he donated 90% of his wealth to charity. One day, a reporter interviewed him and asked, "Why do you help so many people? I mean, you're already a billionaire. Surely you don't need to help them." The man replied, "I do it because I believe everyone deserves a chance at happiness. I know what it's like to be down on your luck, so I'm not afraid to lend a helping hand." The reporter was deeply moved by his answer and realized that he was more than just a rich kid. In fact, the man became an inspiration to millions of people around the world. They admired his kindness and determination to succeed against all odds. He proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is what you do with the opportunities you're given. This goes to show that you should never judge someone by their appearance. You never know what kind of heart they have. But now it's time to hear from you. Did you like this story? So be sure to let us know in the comments below. We appreciate your support.